So Snezhnaya hasn't even opened yet, and the leakers are already 3 patches deep into spoiling it for us. Which, fine, I'm not complaining. That's literally the video I'm making right now. If you already know everything about 7.0, good, skip that, we're not talking about it. This one's 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, new characters, reruns, and a Liyue buff wave people have been begging for since basically forever. Let's go. Section 1. Version 7.1. Vesna and Vodyanitsa. Alright, 7.1. 2 names, Vesna and Vodyanitsa. Both 5-star, both apparently locked for this version, though. And I love this for the leakers. Nobody currently agrees on whether they're actually on the same banner or split across the patch. Beta development is messy. Schedules move, we've seen it before. Vesna first. She's Animo, and from what's leaked, she's built as this highly mobile aerial main DPS. The standout claim is that she can keep attacking while she's changing her hover height. Like, most flying characters commit to one thing. They float or they attack. She's supposedly doing both at once, moving forward and backward midair without losing pressure. She also apparently supports both charged attack and plunging attack playstyles, so there's flexibility in how you actually build her, assuming the numbers hold up. Oh, and 7.1 might quietly set up better conditions for lunar crystallized teams too. Not a direct buff to the reaction, just a friendlier environment for it. Small thing, but worth knowing if you're sitting on a crystallized squad. Then Vodyanitsa, Hydro support. And honestly, her kit sounds unusually generous for a support character. She's leaked to buff both Stellar Swirl teams and Skirk teams at the same time, with zero conflict between the two. That's a big deal because usually you're picking a lane. No shield on her, though. Instead, she grants interruption resistance. So your on-field carry doesn't get knocked out of long attack strings. And if you're running Stellar Swirl, triggering it through her apparently shreds enemy Anemo resistance by 40%. Plus, speeds up how fast the Anemo vortex actually pops. That's a real number if it survives to release. Section 2. Version 7.2, Mitya and Valeriy. Moving into 7.2. 2 more names. Mitya, 5-star Electro. Currently pegged as an off-field sub-DPS that's flexible enough to slot into a few different team comps rather than needing one very specific setup. And Valeriy, 4-star giant bear fadeaway vibes guy, who's rumored to land on the standard banner instead of getting a limited slot. So less pressure to pull for him day one. The bigger 7.2 headline honestly might not be a character at all. Datamine beta files are pointing to a major map expansion landing in 7.2. And there's a flip side to that. 7.1 might launch without a brand new explorable zone at all, leaning harder into story and character content instead. Which, if true, kind of makes sense. Give people a character-focused patch, then open up a whole new chunk of Snezhnaya right after. We'll see if that holds. Section 3. Version 7.3. Tsaritsa and Danica. Okay, the one everyone's actually been waiting years for. Tsaritsa, full name Anastasia Feodorovna Snezhnaya, is leaked for 7.3, arriving once the Archon quest wraps. Cryo Archon, and basically every leaker and their mom is predicting she's going to be the strongest unit in the region on release, which sure, of course she is. She's the Archon everyone's been theorizing about since the game launched. Alongside her, Danica, also tied to 7.3, though her element and role are still a complete mystery right now. No kit info, no confirmed vision, nothing solid. She's just a name attached to the same version as Tsaritsa for now. If you're the kind of player hoarding Primo Gems specifically for an Archon reveal, and let's be honest, a lot of you are, 7.3 is your target. That's still a couple patches out, so there's time to plan, but don't blow your pity early on something else if Tsaritsa's the whole reason you're still logging in. Section 4. The Liyue buff wave. And now the part I think people actually care about most. There's a leak from DK2 saying old Liyue characters are next in line for a buff wave, tied into the new Stellar Swirl reaction. Timing-wise, it's apparently lined up around the next Chinese New Year update. So later in the 7.x cycle. Here's the thing though. The leak itself doesn't actually name characters. What's floating around, Ganyu, Ayaka, Shenhei, that's community speculation filling in the blank. Not something DK2 actually said. But it's not baseless speculation either. All three were the backbone of Freeze comps back when Freeze was actually meta. And then endgame content started resisting Freeze, and they just fell off. Adding Stellar Swirl to their kits would hand them a damage pathway that doesn't depend on Freeze being relevant anymore, which is exactly the kind of move HoYoverse has already made for other characters this arc. So it's a logical guess. It's just not a confirmed one. I'll believe actual names when they leak. So that's the 7.1 through 7.3 picture as it stands right now. Vesna and Vodyanitsa in 7.1, Mitya and Valeriy plus a possible map expansion in 7.2, Tsaritsa and Danica closing it out in 7.3, and a Liyue buff wave that's real but still faceless. Basically, save your Primo gems, don't trust anything until the special program actually drops, and I'll be back the second any of this gets confirmed or blown up. If you want me to go deeper on any one of these, full Vodyanitsa numbers, more on Danica whenever something leaks, let me know down below. See you next one.